Root beliefs. I have been fussing about money lately. For some years, I had plenty, and I was doing fine. And for whatever reason, my bank accounts are empty. And so I, of course, wanted to play the lottery. I told the universe, I even wrote down I wanted money, more cash flow. And then I read something about root beliefs. So it's all very well and good for me to make these affirmations, etc. But my root belief is I have enough. So my root belief is what the universe hears. It's as if the universe is saying, oh, just ignore all that other stuff, because he believes he has enough. And I do. I have enough to get by and all of that. So,
if we were speaking of root beliefs, we would be talking about that which you know when you came forth. In other words, and your root beliefs from your inner being perspective are that the universe will provide, that you are worthy, that whatever you want will flow to you. In other words, that's the root belief that we are wanting to encourage you to reactivate so that you can allow whatever you want whenever you want it. We believe that if your root belief were really that I have enough, then any time you were able to conjure a new desire to do something new, that the means to fulfill that would come forth.
And they always have.
And so if there are things that you want that the money is not flowing in order to fulfill, then you've got some tweaking to do on your vibration.
Talk to me like I'm a child, Abraham. How do I do that, if you don't mind?
Well, first of all, you were eager to say, my core belief is that I have enough. And that might lead someone to believe that that's why you're not letting more in, because you already have enough. Now, so which way do you mean that? I have enough, so I shouldn't. So I have enough to get by. But we want you to tap into the root belief that says the universe has the ability to fulfill whatever desires my time-space reality conjures within me. So if getting by is what I'm focused upon, then there will be enough for that. If wanting a magnificent trip is something that I want, then the universe will provide that. And the way you get there is by reaching for the new thought and then talking yourself into comfort while you think it.
I'm doing more and more of that. Because I have enough to get by, I still can't go to Paris. I could go on credit, but I don't want to do that. And so I am denying myself a lot of things with the idea that I have enough and I've done all of that. And I'm saying no to so much of...
We want to start at the basis of this. You know, at many levels of your being, that you are a wondrous being.
Yes.
And you know, we can feel that you know that good things should be flowing to you.
Yes.
So when something happens that is different than what you think you want, you've been adjusting your thinking back to match what's happening.
I try to remind myself.
And we want you to adjust your thinking out to what you're reaching for. In other words, there's a big difference between making yourself feel better. In other words, the emotion that you feel is always about the vibrational variance between where you want to be and where you are. And if you're out of balance, if there's a tug of war going on within you, then there are only two ways to bring yourself back into alignment. You've got to raise your expectation to match your desire, or you've got to lower your desire to match your expectation. And it feels to us that what you've been doing, and it works to a certain extent, is you've been making yourself feel better by saying, I always have what I need. I always have enough.
Waste not, want not.
And we want you to start saying, wait a minute, I always have what I need, but I don't have everything that I want. And the universe doesn't just give me what I need. The universe gives me what I want. And I don't have to justify what I want by saying I need it. I get to want it, and the universe will show me that I'm justified enough. Jerry has been having a very interesting awareness. He's been noticing that when someone needs something from him, he can hardly make himself present in their experience. And when someone just wants something, he's there just willing and ready and wanting to help. And he remembers his mother on his father's deathbed. His father said to Jerry, you know, your mother loves you very much, but don't ever ask her for anything, because if she senses you need it, she's not going to give it to you. And so as Jerry has reflected over that in years since, he realizes that his mother was sort of doing what the universe at large does. In other words, she does not encourage weakness. And so when you need something and you use that need as justification to get it, you get crosswise of the current. And that's why it feels like the universe is just eking out meager things to you.
Stingy.
Where when you get into alignment with what you want, the story that we have given, and we know you've heard it, it's one of our favorites, where if you have a little girl with you, she's in a department store, she's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, everything she sees, she loves and compliments. You just want to buy her everything she lays her eyes on. But if you have an ornery little girl that for some reason has discovered that she can't have something and she's whining and complaining that she can't have it, you can't get her out of there fast enough. You don't feel inspired to make her life better, you see. Those are natural inclinations, and the universe is not a human face that is depriving you of anything. And we don't mean to make it sound that way. But when you are in alignment with need, you are not in alignment with the resources of the universe. When you are justifying your need for something, and so what's happening to you is you're just trying to cover that vibration of justification up with words that say, I always have what I need, but your vibration isn't shifting, you see. Yes.
I had a little guy in my life once, and I remember I used to love when we'd go someplace and I'd love to have that. I didn't care. I'd put it on my card. Give it to.
So you said, speak to you like a child. And so what we're wanting to say is the universe feels exactly that way about you. Anything that you want, the universe says, put it on my card. Anything that you want, anything that you want.
How sweet.
Anything that you want.
How sweet.
There are no limits for you. Anything that you want.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Abraham. Thank you very much, my dear. I know you say this with love, and I appreciate it.
Always.
And there's great love here for you. Oh, thank you.
We always appreciate you being in the chair. He always asks questions for everyone, lines them up in a powerful way. And while you resist sometimes him being there, good always comes from it.